Hello, everybody. Today we're going to do a couple problems involving synthetic division. And we're taking it up a step because now the coefficient of the linear term in my divisor is not equal to 1. So we have to make a slight adjustment here, okay? So what I'm going to do is this needs to be 1. So you need to divide both the dividend and the divisor by the coefficient. So 2. So everything's going to get divided by 2, okay? So that means this 2 is going to turn into a 1. This negative 17 is going to turn into negative 17 divided by 2, which is negative 8.5, right? 85th, negative 8.5. And then this negative 38 is going to turn into a negative 19, okay? And now we're going to divide this by 2, so we have x. Then we divide this by 2, so we have 3 halves, which is positive 1.5. So we need to put a negative 1.5 here. Great, now we're ready because we're going to bring this down. This times this is negative. I multiply my 1 times my negative 1.5. I get negative 1.5. So now I add these, I get negative 10. Great, what's negative 10 times negative 1.5? A negative times a negative is a positive. Let's just add 10 plus its half, so 10 plus 5 is 15. So I get positive 15. And great, so I get negative 4 here, okay? Now, this part is x, 1x. Then I have a minus 10. Now, remember what we did. We divided both the dividend and the divisor by 2. So this negative 4, yes, it's the remainder, but it represents negative 4 over half of this, so x plus 3 halves. So that's the an extra adjustment we have to make because we want the divisor to be our original divisor. So my quotient is 1x minus 10. And my remainder, I'm going to double everything. So it's negative 8 over 2x plus 3. Okay? Got to make that adjustment. All right, let's move on to another example involving that concept. So over here, again, we're going to divide everything by 7. Okay, we're going to divide everything by 7, the coefficient of the linear term in the divisor. Great. So this 42 divided by 7 turns into a 6. What's my x term in my dividend? It's not there, so it's implied to be 0, and it needs to be there. And 0 divided by 7 is still 0. And I have negative 33 divided by 7 now. So I'm just going to write it like this, negative 33 over 7. Don't be intimidated by it, just following the rules. And now I divide this by 7, so it turns into x. This turns into a positive 1, so I need to take its opposite, negative 1 right here. Great. Bring this down. 6. 6 times negative 1, negative 6. 0 minus 6, negative 6. Negative 6 times negative 1 is positive 6. Great, so let's not worry about calculating it. Let's just think of it like this. What's our answer? Our answer is 6x, right? Minus 6. Okay, and then I have, what's my remainder? I have 6 minus 33 over 7. And remember, I divided everything by my dividend and divisor by x by 7. So now I have just x plus 1. Okay. So, if you understand this, we can make this a rule. We know this is our quotient part of our answer, and we have to multiply everything here by 7 to get the proper numerator, okay? So let's put our final answer here. 6x minus 6. Okay, now we're going to multiply everything by 7. What's 6 times 7? That's 42, okay? And then I have minus 33 over 7 times 7 is just 33. Okay, so that just turns into a 9. So plus 9 over my original divisor now is 7x plus 7. Okay, so this is our final answer right here. Let's go down, look for another one of those cases. Okay, here's the last example we'll do. So set up your chart first, try to be organized. Great. So I'm going to divide everything by 2, since that's my coefficient right here. So I have 2 divided by 2 becomes a 1, p squared. 7 divided by 2 becomes a 3.5, you can say, or 7/2, depending on what you're more comfortable with. I'm just going to put 3.5 as this way. And then negative 39 divided by 2 is a negative 19.5. Okay? And now I'm going to divide everything here. This gets divided by 2 and this gets divided by 2, so this turns into negative 7/2. So it's going to turn into positive 7/2. So plus 3.5. Okay, you got to take the opposite here. Great. Bring this down. 1. 3.5 times 1 is positive 3.5. Add these two, you get 7. 7 times 3.5. Well, think of it this way. You know that 7 times 3 is 21. Okay, and then you have to add half of 7 to that. So 21 plus 3.5 is 24.5. Okay, so we get 24.5 minus 19.5. Easiest thing to do is just add half to both the minuend and subtrahend. It's not going to affect the answer. So 25 minus 20 is just 5, positive 5. Okay, so don't forget, we actually have to multiply this by what? By 2 to get our final answer, okay? Based on what I explained in the previous example. So my answer is 1x, my quotient is 1x plus 7. And my remainder is double 5, so 10. And my original divisor now, 2p minus 7. Okay, good job, keep practicing. It's a misconception that synthetic division does not work when the coefficient of the linear term in the divisor is not equal to 1. And you could even work for higher divisors. You could work for quadratic divisors and stuff. So I'll show that in subsequent videos. Okay, good job.